This was the first time Cameron had felt his heart flutter. When the woman sat down across from him, he couldn't help but steal glances at her out of the corner of his eye. He sketched her likeness on a piece of paper. Suddenly, the woman unwrapped the chocolate on the table, broke off a piece, and popped it into her mouth. Cameron was shocked. To show that the chocolate was his, he did the same, broke off a piece and ate it. The woman found Cameron quite amusing. Before she could say anything, the announcement for the next stop came on. The woman stood up, ready to get off the train. Cameron watched her leave, still smiling about the delightful encounter. However, it wasn't long before he was astonished to discover that his own chocolate had been in his pocket the entire time. A week later, they unexpectedly met again on the train. Cameron awkwardly apologized for what had happened the last time and gave the portrait to the woman. They talked happily, and it wasn't until the woman said she was arriving at her stop that Cameron reluctantly said goodbye. But just as he turned around, the woman suddenly called out to him and handed the portrait back. Cameron took the portrait and found a contact information written on the back. He watched the woman's departing figure, overjoyed. Before long, they fell in love and had a lovely son. One day, Cameron went to the bathroom to wash up when he suddenly felt dizzy and then collapsed to the floor. It was a long time before he finally woke up. As it turned out, a few months earlier, Cameron had discovered he had an incurable malignant tumor in his brain. He had thought about confessing to his wife, but he remembered how devastated she had been when her younger brother passed away. Looking at his family, Cameron decided to carry out a plan. Early the next morning, Cameron boarded a yacht bright and early and sailed to a remote island. A female doctoral researcher there had been waiting at the door. Cameron walked into the basement and saw his clone for the first time. Cameron was stunned. The clone looked identical to him, from facial features to skin tone. Yet, Cameron fell into hesitation again. He was afraid of being replaced and forgotten. When he got home, his wife noticed he looked tired, gently held him in her arms, and let him touch their unborn second baby. Cameron closed his eyes, feeling it, and made up his mind. So the next day, while his wife was taking their son to school, Cameron called the Cloning Institute.